I have never sold any art.
Yes.
And I'm not a long time artist.
Hmm.
I have not gone to art school. I'm I'm a horrible like first thing in that respect.
Yes.
What I have done was I started studying art when I was young in college, and
Hmm.
then I switched over to science because I felt like I needed to live more. I
Hmm.
didn't really have something to say,
Yeah.
and I could technically do some stuff, but there was other people that already kind of had that other part. So now I'm 44 and I've kind of done the living part,
Hmm.
and so now I think I'm going to return to it. And I
Good for
started
you.
out with photography,
Hmm.
and I've gotten some feedback, and it's something that I really is meaningful on like my own personal journey right now.
Okay.
So I'm going for it right now. I'm gonna I'm taking like this year, next year, and the last 2 years I've been just honing skills
Okay.
and trying to connect on social media with I'm a Korean adoptee, so there's a big Korean adoptee network
Hmm.
too. And those are that's one of the markets that I feel like will probably pay attention to me or is right now. And so I want to see if I can build a business out of something that is meaningful to me and survive on it and feed my 2 kids. So
Yep.
that's kind of
Yep.
where I'm at.
That's the game. But and a lot of people will come in and be like, how quickly can I get this business up and run and paying me and really, really doing well? And you know, the same advice that applies all the time, which is like, don't quit your day job, right? This is going to be your
Yeah.
side hustle. You're going to work on it. You're going to figure it out. And
Mhm.
we even have some customers that are they're hitting the six-figure mark in their business. They're in their art business, and they're like, okay, I think I'm ready to, quit my day job and go at this full time. And I'm like, no, no, do not do that yet. Like, if you can pour all of that income and revenue back into the business and continue growing it for a couple more years, you're going to have a much better entity, right? Like, you're going to, if you can get that business to like 200 grand a year, 250 grand a year, 300, then quit your day job, right? So, like, it's a process, it's a journey, but you're in the right place, Kimberly. You're learning. Go ahead.
Kimberly, do you have any pieces that you were going to try and like get out there and sell or put on like Facebook or Instagram or anything yet?
Yeah, I do. I have some things that I just tried it out. I know nothing about marketing and business, and I know that I'm not a fine artist, and so I have to find a niche that I want to do it from a business perspective and a marketing perspective. So that's I have no muscles, no marketing muscles, and that's what I see as the difference with you guys. I think
Yep.
I need to go through marketing school,
Yes.
and I need to approach it that way, and I want to and I'm at the point now where I don't have a day job. So I came out of a divorce,
Yeah.
and I have like a certain amount of money that I'm using for this time to develop like myself and to kind of try this out before I go back into like a working world.
Yeah.
And so I'm kind of ready to come out of the starting gate. So yeah, I have some pieces that I'd like to push forward.
Yeah. Early on too, and I'm sure Joseph will have some advice too. Early on too, like, you know, you'll you'll never the marketing muscles are just as important as creating, right? Because
Yeah.
a lot of
Hmm.
people, what they'll do is like, I'm just going to work on my craft for a little bit longer and get a little bit better and really refine my technique. And what you're doing that whole entire time is you're creating stuff without ever getting any true feedback. And the only true feedback is, will somebody pull out a credit card and slide it for this thing? It's the only feedback that matters, right?
Yep.
So, your work has to go out in the world, it has to be seen, and that's a part of the process. And so, in order to be able to do that, you need to either live in a geographically awesome area, such that, when I say this, like, I have my normal weekly coffee, and then my
Hmm.
kids like love the cinnamon rolls at this place that's like further away, and so
Yeah.
I ride there on the weekends,
Hmm.
and it's like sort of a main thoroughfare in my town. And this guy, every Saturday, every Sunday, he's got a house right on the thoroughfare. The garage is open, and all of his easels are just set up on the driveway, and there's all of his work, and it's out, right? And I'm like, awesome. That guy's figured out a way to hack attention without having to pay for it, aside from his mortgage and the property taxes in California, which are
Yeah.
ridiculous. So you got to get it
Well,
out there.
yeah, I guess another question too. In one of the other calls that I just participated in, I think like yesterday,
Hmm.
you mentioned an example of one of your clients, I think, that had kind of normal sales and then hit like onto an interior decorator
Hmm.
and had a huge like profit margin from those sales.
Hmm.
And that's something that I've considered in the past is looking into like a higher profit margin market.
Mhm.
So like staging, interior decorators, commercial real estate people like who's and I see that there's some sites that are easy to use, and that's probably where people are going for to get work to
Aha, there's where you're
stage
wrong.
their things.
There's where
But
you're wrong. So I'll give you an interesting story. We have a private Facebook group for all of our customers, and we call it Small Wins. And one of the things that we encourage our customers to do is post in there when they get a win, right? Big or small. And a gal posted in there. It's probably like 6 months ago now, and she's like, "You guys, huge news!
Mhm.
I just hit a huge interior designer sale for $38,000. It's my biggest sale ever." And everyone's like, "Oh my gosh, that's awesome! That's amazing! How did you find her? How did you get that done? Was it a Facebook ad? Did you do some specific targeting? How'd you go about it?" You know what she said?
Mm.
No, I've been doing my regular marketing, and the interior designer's daughter followed me on Instagram for 3.5 years, told her mom. That's how it happens in the real world. Everyone
Yeah.
thinks like, oh, okay, I'm going to go market specifically to real estate agents, or I'm going to go market specifically to interior designers. And
Right.
turns out there's a whole lot of people marketing to real estate agents and interior designers, and they find it very easy to ignore everything that comes in, and they have gatekeepers and everything else. What we teach and what I've seen come true time and time and time and time again is that's going to make me do my little pencil drawing again. I've got my chapstick. Everyone's
Mhm.
followers on this call, mine, Joseph's, Rita's, even Rita, 6 or 7 when it starts out, 1900. Okay, it'll grow. But all of our followers are a socio and economic bell curve. And on this side, you have, the lower income types. They're not going to buy anything, but they'll like, and they'll comment, and they'll share, and they know people. And then you have lower middle class, upper middle class, and the high net worth individuals. Sorry, I'm cutting it out, but you get it. It's a bell curve. Everyone's followers fall into that naturally. Okay. And when you understand that, and when you come to terms with that, and you realize they all have value on the spectrum, everyone thinks like, ooh, I'm just going to go and market to those high net worth individuals. That's what I'm going to do. And that's fantastic. Turns out you're the one that wants to do that. I can't believe that. Market to
Yeah.
high net worth individuals. If everybody wants to do something, by definition, it is extremely difficult to do. Okay. And so everyone's like, I'm just going to market to the high net worth buyers, the high net worth individuals. It is the most asinine thing ever, because after you've actually put it into practice, you learn the rules. Okay. The rules are everyone's followers fall into that bell curve. And all we're attempting to do is put more and more and more and more attention into it. And when you do that, the score takes care of itself. How? I'll tell you how. Instead of going after and marketing to interior designers, you're just going to market. And as a result of that marketing, you're going to create an entropy and a momentum. And there's going to be a residue of luck that comes from that marketing. And some interior designer's daughter is going to follow you for 3 months and tell her mom. That's how it happens in the real world, right? That's how you get around the gatekeepers. That's how you reach the high net worth individuals. And don't get me wrong, there's some tradecraft and there's some hacks to make yourself appear, a little bit bigger and to attract some higher net worth buyers. But those are the rules. Like true success comes from not losing any sleep over doing anything but consistent marketing. That's what we teach all year long. How to do that, what that looks like, and most importantly, how to do it consistently. Because let me just ponder for a hot moment. Does this describe any of you guys? This is going to be my year. I really feel it. I'm going to focus on my marketing and I'm going to do it. 3 months later, you're burnt out. You didn't get the results that you wanted and you quit for another year and a half. Okay. What no one understands. Okay. What no artist, photographer, and look, I'm not blaming you. You guys are solopreneurs and it's hard. No one tells you the perspective and the importance of consistency. Everyone's like, Patrick, what's the magic number? How many hours a week do I need to put into my marketing? I don't care how many hours a week it is. If you got 2 hours, I'll take the 2. But guess what? I want the 2 hours, 52 weeks a year. Okay. You give me 2 hours a week, 52 weeks in a row. Then we'll reevaluate. Then we're going to see where we are. And the consistency is the whole ball game, right? Like that's how you move mountains. What's up, YouTube? Thanks for checking out the Q&A. What if you have your own question? First, you can leave me a comment below on this YouTube video. I see them. I will respond. Number 2, definitely encourage you to subscribe. It's very easy to do. There's some fancy motion graphics going across the screen now. But there's a subscribe button. There's a bell button. You'll know when we're live. You can come on and say, Patrick, I have a question, even from your YouTube app, which is super handy. And then the third is 3 times weekly, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, free Zoom calls. We call them the Art Business Workshops. There's going to be a link directly below me in this description. You can sign up. They're free. You can come answer your question, which I'm sure will be awesome. And I will do my measure best to make sure my advice is slightly better than marginal. No, but in all seriousness, I'll take a crack at answering it. Thanks for checking out this video.